Hello, we're back. We'll talk about the revolution. So here's the deal, y'all. Back in March when I started reinventing everything, and when I figured out, what if I bought all the technology companies? Now, it was simple. I buy Apple, Google, Motorola, Cisco, Oracle, SAP, all of the technology companies, from the top to the bottom. See, every technology company has a roadmap, and they're investing in all kinds of crap. And a lot of technology companies have lots and lots of roadmaps. They have a hard time trying to track their own roadmaps, let alone the roadmaps of others. But anyway, the roadmaps are all clashing, and they're clashing. And anyway, the point is, what if we had all the roadmaps, and we said, get rid of all the crappy roadmaps and find one or two good roadmaps to follow, and then we'll build that technology to the roadmap hill, whatever that is. And we'll make sure we have our own competition to make sure that we're always right. See, but you can't possibly buy all the technology companies without antitrust problems, except that's what my plan was. That's how I invented new capitalism. Because my plan was to basically buy them out, give them back to the people, and then the people would own technology. Now, once the people own the technology, and we can wait you out, we wait you patents out if we need to do, but we should be better off buying them out. Then we take the technology, and at first I just said, oh, look at the housing market. Very mixed up, housing market, and it's gonna crash because they're building a bubble. And wouldn't it be interesting if we keep the bubble going? I'll buy all the housing builders and use technology to reinvent houses. So you couldn't compete as a housing builder without our new housing technology. So you use the one, okay, but why can't we have a monopoly of technology if it's for the people, by the people, all of the people, and giving the profits to the people? And you can't say no to that, can you? That's not antitrust, that's pro-trust. Your antitrust is antitrust. You never let a company get big enough and they can't pay the bills as little companies, and you're taxing them out of existence. But here was my other plan. Well, okay, we can do technology in the cars, technology everywhere. Oh my gosh, including the iPhones, where we put your reality in a movie, and a full-time movie from here to eternity and beyond. Now, you can't beat that. But you could. But see, when you own all the technology, you can't start with the content. You need all the content. I need all the music of the content in Hollywood, because that's what I'm really going to blow up. I'm going to blow that stuff really big. And when I say blow up, we have the power to blow up business models and destroy them for other people, or save them and buy them for other people, your choice. That was the plan I was working on now, back then 5 years ago. And so you say, if we all had our own best roadmap together, oh, maybe we wouldn't have to burn our rainforests. Maybe we could keep the oil and coal in the ground. Because if it's all in the same... So, okay, so now you have the greed of nations and the greed of people. But see, this is the thing. If you're really greedy and greed is good, my plan to value the world by 9 to 9,999 times its current worth, you can't avoid that and pay the greedy out for the stakes at a profit. But the profits of my prophecy should go to the people. That's the way the game was designed. Prove me wrong. Anyway, that was sort of the plan. Oh, I don't know, it's the plan I was planning all along. I plan. I have a backup plan to a backup plan to a backup plan. Eventually I said, I'm not going to go buy houses. You want capital for that. I can buy the world with no capital other than the capital in my mind and in my words. For I have the capital of truth, and the truth could set us free. And that's got weird too. But just so you know, it just came and you just started saying, okay, well, I started out with a new wireless network in the beginning. See, you want to own them on the insides. And once you own the insides, you could change the outsides. But even the iPhones, that's what lies beyond your everything. Everything. It's technology, computers, and the eyes that talk to you like people. Having your own Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or Ed Smith or whoever you want on your shoulder to talk to and consult with. What would you do if you had my problem? And replicate that guy's mind 1,000 times for 1,000 years. And that's a long time when you're running out of it, right? That's the other part of my peace plan. You're running out of time in 5:15 right now. You're running out of time. Google only gives us 10 minutes a turn. We could be a director, but that's too much trouble. I don't even know if it's trouble. The point is not that. The point is you're out of time. And 5 years it became time to start finally deciding, but I know you've been finally deciding for a long time. So, what we get to now. Okay, so tell me what's a better plan. Because I could make the profits of the technology enterprise to refund the capital of Earth. By the way, we're going to have people's banks. And I could put an internet bank any place on Earth, any country on Earth, and feed it to your clouds and bring a better deal to your people, unless your governments force you to take the crabby deals from the crabby banks going bankrupt, which of course they do. So the only way through this mess, actually, the big part of the mess was, what if we could buy the world 1,000 years of justice and peace on Earth? What would that be worth? That's what I asked Donald. Anyway, I thought it was a lot. 1,000 years of justice and peace on Earth? How could that be less than priceless? And since priceless is independence, my plan was worth more than your entire short time running out of time world. A new reality. A fantasy reality. A fantasy reality of all of us working together in common cause, recognizing that many of those in our prisons are victims of our own crime. But anyway, that's part of the point. Everybody should have redemption at this time. Why not? We put the criminals on their own Australians and let them build nice communities if we can't trust them with us. But maybe we can now. But what's the point now? That could be the point. Anyway, well, a long time ago, well, if I thought your money was an illusion, well, I lost track of my monetary standards as a human being. Oh, and that's a longer story. So what's important right now? But the important thing is roadmaps. If we found and did our best roadmaps, invested the capital, oh, that's the other point. We must cancel all the nations off your Earth. All the nations are cancelled. That's right. We'll still honor the nations. Maybe you can still run senates and judges and supremes and get dressed up and act like you're doing justice. But no! We will cancel the nations and make them part of the enterprise. And we'll take the nation's obligations and we'll enhance it. We'll do a new fair deal, way beyond what Roosevelt could afford in his head, way beyond what a Obama can afford in his bankrupt America. We'll give a new fair deal to the world. We'll take the American dream right, and we'll franchise other brands, because I will lie, Lady Henry Clark. I am the franchises of all your brands. I am the son of Brando. So that's quite the point. Okay, that was my plan. And so, from there, it becomes, on the background, here's the movies. I've got to create a backup plan, because if those people are so stupid, with a 5-year lead, that they didn't get bought out, I need to leave these videos, maybe for another 20 years, so you'll find it, maybe I'll be dead. You'll find out there was a plan, and there was a guy, and what happened. Anyway, I don't have to worry about the outcome of the game, because when I became the game clock maker, I lost track of the game. I'm no longer in charge of the game. That Spielberg and cameraman and all the producers and all the stars of the CIAs and the Bushes and Obamas, they're all working on the same side. For 5 years, if they're following my plan, they've been secretly buying themselves a new future. And if they're not, we must sue them from our blackness.